a lot of women didn't want to be at Raw 30th beside Alundra Blaze. The Bella Twins. So let's talk about, it's just about the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins were originally advertised for Raw 30, yet they were not there. Apparently, they were asked, like, they were told they're not going to do much in the show. I mean, if they were not going to do much in the show, I mean, if that's the case, then why y'all mad? And especially, like, looking back, like, what happened, like, did you guys not remember what happened at Raw 25? Y'all didn't do much either, and you guys now complain. So, the main thing is, they're complaining that Raw 30 did not showcase much of the women. And they're angry about that. And this also goes back to the fucking Smarky fans, that they're angry that the fucking Becky Lynch and Bayley match did not happen at Raw 30th. One of the reasons why the match did not happen on Raw 30th was because due to time issues. The Bloodline segment apparently ran long than it needed to, then it ran longer than originally planned. But you know, who fucking cares? You wanna know why? Because guess what? That Bloodline segment back on Raw 30th was one of the best Raw segments in recent memories and one of the best segments of that night. Who fucking cares they went that long? If anything, it was perfect. That segment was fucking surprisingly good. Okay? It was freaking great. It didn't make much sense, like, why would Roman be angry at Sami? They need a trial, but I guess they're trying to make up an excuse because they thought, like, you know, he's still friends with Owens, so I guess whatever. But not just that, it freaking was genius how they freaking, you know, I mean, obviously they hate, like, why do they hate Sami and whatever, like, whatever. But anyways, the fucking way they did the segment was beautiful. It added, it helped, brought up the front, it helped develop the friendship. It helped develop the character development for Jey Uso. It helped Sami Zayn, us caring about him more. Helped the Blood, us care about this story even more. This is why, like, this would have been great. And again, going back to, like, the Royal Rumble, this is why shit like this, if only Sami Zayn won the Rumble, this is already could have helped the story for the Bloodline versus fucking Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Okay? But the Bella Twins were angry about Raw 30th, even though part of the... If you wonder why the women were in Showcase much, let's be fucking honest here. You decide not to be there, okay? And y'all have the nerve to get angry at WWE. So apparently they complained that there was a lack of Showcase, and also, like, there was a lot of fans that complained, which I will talk about that definitely. Fans were complaining that, oh... I mean, I'm thinking about doing another video about this because, like, it just... I feel like, but this is more about the Bella Twins. So, Bella Twins, and really the Smarks, they're so angry that these Smarky wrestling fans that simp for women's wrestling, like, they pretend to care about women's goddamn wrestling, yet fucking, you know, they secretly jerking off to women, like, because they're fucking, you know, what do you think? These are Smarky wrestling fans. They're fucking virgins that fucking want to get laid and shit. Okay, at least don't get me wrong, I love women too, you know, obviously, you know, but I'm not gonna be a simp, like, act like fucking to pretend to care about women's goddamn wrestling. I'm not saying that women's wrestling should not happen. Obviously, they're not act like it's a fucking main thing. I'm sorry, women's wrestling has always been like the WNBA. Stop pretending it's big time, and who fucking cares? They cut short the fucking Becky Lynch and fucking Bayley match. And I hope y'all happy now. That match is happening anyways, regardless. I even said this in my past Raw reviews, and people are not listening. This match is gonna happen regardless. You think they're gonna fucking not do the match? Sure, like, apparently people are pretending. I watched Raw 30 for the women's match. How dare they not do it? I didn't watch for Roman. You're lying. You're fucking lying. You did not watch this show for this. First of all, okay, no one cares about women's goddamn wrestling. Okay, you have to understand. Since whenever the women main event the show, open the show, or even are highlighted, the ratings go down. Do you not notice that? No one cares about women's wrestling besides Smarks. And I'm sorry, no one really cares about women's goddamn wrestling, especially when they're unattractive. Who the fuck wants to see fucking Jay Leno in drag, aka Bayley, versus fucking Becky Lynch, who tries to act like she's a man? Like, what are you, a tranny bitch? In a steel cage match. Okay? And I hope y'all happy now. They're doing the match anyways. All the fucking planes are for nothing. You really think that they're not going to do a fucking match in the future? I mean, in all honesty, I wouldn't care if they do the match. Obviously, hope the match does not main event or open or do whatever. It's okay as a mid-card match or whatever. But like seriously, act like the match is fucking like. First of all, stop pretending that you watch Raw for that. When in reality, you probably watch Raw because you fucking heard Undertaker was gonna be on the show. You heard of fucking all these legends. You heard of that, okay? You heard the blood. Let's be honest here. No one fucking you're gonna say you didn't give a shit about what's gonna happen with Reigns and the fucking Sami Zayn's trial segment. Don't fucking lie. Don't fucking lie. Stop the cap, right? Come on here. Stop pretending, because again, you probably are just simping to act like you care about these women when they don't give a shit about you. They don't care. None of these fucking women wrestlers don't give a shit about you. You won't get laid. You won't get laid. Y'all motherfuckers. Y'all won't get laid by these women. Y'all won't. Look at y'all. Y'all most likely are fat, neck-bearded, mongoloid smarks that are trying to fucking be simping for these bitches when they ain't gonna fucking get you any pussy. They ain't gonna give you pussy, bro. They ain't gonna give you any pussy. Stop with this shit. Stop it. Stop fucking acting like, again, I love women. I love fucking women in theory and shit like that. But at least, at least kiss chicks and shit like that. But for real, like, come on, stop acting like you care about these women. Because they don't fucking give a shit about you. Stop, I mean, listen, unless you're a genuine fan, like, sure, I love women, I love women's wrestling, I love real women's wrestling. I love real women wrestling back in the Attitude Era and shit like that. That was real women's wrestling, and that's when ratings were high. That's when fucking people actually gave a shit. Bitches like Sable and shit. Stop pretending you fucking don't, I care about women's athleticism. How do they demean women? Fuck you. That's when ratings were actually high and people gave a fuck. You think people wouldn't give a shit about Trish? Like, talking about like highlighting women, why aren't people complaining about they didn't highlight Trish Stratus and Lita? And guess what? You know what? Let's be honest here. Trish and Lita, who've done more for women's wrestling than the Bellas, or even the bitches that the Bellas mentioned, they weren't there. So how would they showcase them? If anything, again, the fucking steel cage match, the steel cage segment, what they did with Bayley and Becky was, if anything, it was enough to help build to a future match. You understand? It helped build to their stupid feud and to their future match that's going to happen now. That's officially going to happen on a Raw. And they're definitely going to, unless they're funny, they cancel, which I thought would be fucking funny. I hope that kind of happens in a little funniness. But you know damn well they're going to do it because all these fucking smarks are complaining. And they went, again, it went that bad that these fucking smarks had to do again this whole give divas a chance bullshit where they start, WWE women deserve better. Again, who the fuck cares? The women are no different than the WNBA. They're just as bad as the WNBA. No one gives a shit about the WNBA. No one cares about modern women's wrestling. No one cares about these disgusting She-Hulks. People want to see bitches like fucking Alexa Bliss, Mandy Rose, Toxic Attraction, all these hot chicks that are hot to do hot shit. And sure, when they wrestle, to see their bodies. You think people gave a fuck about women's wrestling when they see attractive bitches like Trish and Lita were fighting and also kissing at the same time? Come on. Even Stephanie McMahon when she wrestled, when she was hot and shit like that. Come on. Trish Stratus and fucking Stephanie McMahon was one of the best women matches I ever seen. Actually, I'll be honest with you. Want to know one of my favorite women's wrestling matches? There you go. And No Way Out 2001. Stop pretending. Again, the reason why they didn't showcase them is because I'm sorry, like it or not, women's wrestling has not been showcased too much for the past 30 years. It's only been for the past like 5-10 years. And I'm sorry, it didn't generate any fucking ratings and buzz. If anything, it killed the ratings. Some women's wrestling killed the ratings. That when you fucking do this forced cuckery diva shit, you wonder why ratings don't draw. Stop pretending. And again, but seriously, for people, people complain about fucking the Becky and you understand that would you rather have a rushed steel cage match? Or would you rather would you really rather see a rushed cage match? Or at least maybe they save it for the future and they fucking build to that match where they do a segment where they fucking injure Becky in the cage? What would you rather have? Now they're officially going to do that cage match. So I hope y'all smarks are happy. Like seriously, why y'all complaining? But yeah, one of the things that the Bella twins were complaining about